Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. Today we're going to be doing a shootout comparison between Adam's Buttery Wax and Chemical Guy's Wet Butter Wax, or Butter Wet Wax.
Guess that I am wrong or how we're closer now. I've been making my amends. Come and see. Where have you been off to now? Wait for me, dear beloved, lend me light as I wander off into the night, or I won't be found, or I won't be found.
Now, we've already done a review on the channel of Chemical Guy's Butter Wet Wax, okay? Now, these two products are very similar, so I didn't think there was much point in me reviewing the Adam's one, because I knew a lot of the things I was going to be saying were going to be repetitive, so it wasn't going to be that kind of interesting for the channel. So I thought the best way to review the Adam's Buttery Wax was to put it side by side on test panels against the Chemical Guy's Butter Wet Wax and see if I could see any difference, because they're obviously very similar products. There's a bit of history between the two products. I think Adam's were the first guys to bring out the Buttery Wax, and then I think Chemical Guy's, I don't know exactly, you know, so this is all my opinion, don't sue me, but I think Chemical Guy's then brought out a product and named it very similarly, so there was a bit of fisticuffs and kicks to the old knackers there and all that stuff going on. So there's a bit of history between the two products. So what I'm doing here is just putting the products side by side on half of my bonnet. So we machined with a very light finishing polish just to remove any product or any, you know, sealants and waxes that are on there. Give me a clean finish, and then apply the products. See if I can see any differences to how they apply, what the finish looks like, how they are to kind of remove, how long they last, and also get them onto one of our forensic formula test panels, and take readings of gloss before we've applied any products, take readings after we've applied the products, and then take a reading after 1 week. So we wash the panel down after a week with a pH neutral shampoo, take the readings again, do the same after 2 weeks, take the readings again, and do the same after 3 weeks and take the readings again. So I've had this product on there for about 3 weeks, and I've just done the third set of kind of results. So I'm ready now to kind of discuss everything. Right, first up, the price of the products, okay? You've got to start with the basics. The Butter Wet Wax for 16 ounces, okay, that kind of American equivalent to 500 millilitres roughly, 473 for all the aficionados out there. I think this product cost $9.99 from Jeff at prestigecar.com, and I'll put a link to Jeff's site so you can go and buy it in there. So it's $19.99, so it's not cheap. Not cheap. You can buy cheaper paste waxes than this. Chemical Guy's product is roughly the same price. There are a lot more people selling Chemical Guy's products in the UK. Whenever you get a whole load of people selling them, you always get one that wants to go a bit lower than the other so they can get most of the business. It's called the race to the bottom. So because a lot of people are selling this, you can probably pick this up. I think I found one guy selling it for 18 quid, but there's some guys selling it for like 21 quid. So basically, let's cut to the chase. You can get the Chemical Guy's Butter Wet Wax for about 2 quid cheaper than you can the Adam's one, okay? So it's a little bit cheaper. You can get deals. I think we've got a forensic formula code for the Adam's products that gets you 10% off or something like that. A non-kickback code, so I'm not plugging it to get some money off you. You'll just save some money, you know, so you can probably actually get the two products for the same price. There we go, but Chemical Guy's is generally a little bit cheaper because there's more distributors. So if you watch my Chemical Guy's video, the number one thing I want to tell you about these products is, or I said about these products, is how easy they are to apply. They're water-based emulsions, okay, so they're quite thin, they spread very easily. You don't really need to apply them via machine, but you can if you want to. I'm not sure if cure is the right word. They dry very quickly, okay? Literally 1 or 2 minutes, and the surface of it is dry. They're very friendly to apply out in the heat, which is another thing that Jeff was telling me about the Adams product. You can apply this on a roasting hot day in the middle of summer and you will not have any problems. They dry very quickly, and when you go to buff them off, there's no oil in them or anything like that. They just scoop straight off of the panel and you get gloss, okay? Really nice gloss. There's no smearing or anything like that, you know, as long as you let them dry before you buff them off. So they're lovely to use. And also, because they're not just products plus solvent, you know, they're emulsion, they're a little bit safer to layer on top of other products. You know, it's a question I get all asked probably the most, is various things about, can I combo this and can I combo that with this? And you know, the question is, you never really know. You have to be so careful when you're comboing stuff, and a lot of times I don't really layer up products. I'm not a fan of layering up products unless they're kind of formulated to be layered with each other, and even then I don't tend to favour that. A certain type of product will have certain type of surface characteristics, and it's those surface characteristics that I want to be able to see, and I want them to last. When you're chucking something else on top of it, you're wasting the surface characteristics of whatever coating you're putting on first, and you might be destroying that coating as well. If it's like a paste wax that's 60% solvent, you're putting that on top of whatever's below it. You don't know what you're doing to it half the time, so I find that all a little bit of a waste of time. But these products top very nice without destroying what's underneath. So you could top them on top of acrylic sealants. You could top up a paste wax with this, no problem. And the main thing is, like I say, you won't destroy what's underneath, and they tend to be compatible with whatever you're topping them with. So they're pretty good on that front. The weakness, as I said with them on the Chemical Guys video, the wet butter wax video, is they're not high durability. They're not highly hydrophobic. They will not last for months and months. You will be lucky to get, I said with the Chemical Guys, 2 to 3 weeks you will get out of them. And the Adams one might do a little bit longer. We'll talk about that in a second. So that's their kind of strengths and weaknesses. They're high gloss products, okay? If you want to compare gloss, you know, I was talking about gloss in one of my wax vlog videos, saying that the higher the gloss, the natural gloss on the panel, the harder it is for a product to add more gloss. And that with high gloss panels, a paste wax can sometimes not add any measurable gloss. And there's a tipping point there where you get up into the sort of 95 units of gloss where that comes into effect. These will still add gloss. And if you even look at them as a kind of material, they seem to be really highly shiny. So these are kind of formulated quite intelligently. Whatever's in them, they are really shiny, and they're still able to add gloss on high gloss finishes. So I think these are like really good summer show wax type of products where you're not too interested in durability, but you want to maximise the look of your car. Right, that's the little kind of brief intro. Now let's get on to the comparison with how these two products fared against each other. It's quite simple, guys. Right, the products are very, 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 very similar, okay? They feel similar. The Adams one feels slightly thinner, more like one of those ready-made custards that you can rip the lid off, where it's all kind of nice and loose. It's a bit thinner to me, the Adams one. They both spread on the panels beautifully. You are going to have to be one seriously anal person to have any preference with how these are on application and removal. They are both virtually identical. They dry very quickly and they buff off very well. So I haven't got no preference about usability. Right, gloss. With all the readings that I've taken from gloss after application, after 1 wash, after 2 washes, for some reason there's not much in it. But the Adams, excuse me, that cough is still lingering around, the old 100-day cough. The Adams has just edged it on gloss, probably by, if you take an average, you're talking about 0.3 of a GU more across all of those readings than the Chemical Guys wet butter wax. Now, I took 5 readings each time, so there's not a massive amount, but there's probably enough to say that there might be something slightly different, which means this is a tiny bit more gloss, and that gloss obviously is over all 3 sets. So if the gloss that is added is still stronger after 3 weeks, it also suggests that the Adams product might be lasting slightly longer than the Chemicals Guys product. The water behaviour as well on the test panel also seems to imply that the Chemical Guys product, the Adams product might be. I can see it sheeting the water off more after 3 weeks. So, in summary, guys, these products are both cool, but you need to understand what they're giving you and what they're not giving you, which is what we've gone through. The Chemical Guys one is slightly cheaper, but the Adams one gives you slightly more gloss and slightly more durability, in my opinion, from the testing I've done here. That does have limitations, but I can see it, so I'm pretty confident what I'm saying to you is true. One other side note is Adams, excuse me, they do some pretty phenomenal applicators. These are expensive, I can't remember the price off the top of my head, but they are massive, and they have these different colour coded ones for the different products, so I thought these were quite cool. So check out the Adams applicators. You're supposed to use the yellow one for the butter wax, and then they have different colours for some of the other products that I'm testing out here. So that is it, guys. That is the Adams Butter Wax versus the Chemical Guys Wet Butter Wax video. Hope you like it. I think the Adams one edges it, but it's very close, and they are both very, very nice products to give you a real short-term but intense gloss hit to your car, and it's very, very easy to apply and very good topper products. So thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you again shortly on the Forensics Detailing channel. Take care. Bye for now. Yeah.